I can't even begin to predict what's about to happen here. So somehow Shrek is running to be the next United States president, which if you know anything about politics, this really shouldn't be that surprising. Isn't Kanye West running? Also, Nixon, Rick Ashley, and your mom got 13,000 votes in New Jersey as of 2020. They actually wrote those candidates in. You can do that in the US. There was also Baby Yoda and Batman among the Florida voters' presidential picks. And for some reason, there's already lore about Shrek's presidential campaign made by AI. I don't want to keep looking at this. It might also be a great time to shout out the top 10 joke candidates that the UK has. Lord Buckethead and Vermin Supreme are pretty known. And how many people do you want to think will actually write in Shrek in 2024? I would not be surprised. So he's going up against Super Mario, as well as the Joker, as well as Theodore Roosevelt. I really wish we could get the data behind, like, who are the write-ins? Like, who will actually get the most votes out in 2024? I guarantee you they all get at least one write-in. So this is technically a primary happening here in the US. But it's nice to imagine a presidential election that actually had more than like 2 significant candidates that could actually win. So Theodore Roosevelt and Joker here, they went straight to New Hampshire. So things that make Shrek really powerful: he has hyper stamina, he's charismatic, he's intelligent. The media, he's very liked, but he has no experience. Versus Super Mario, who has superhuman stamina. He's pretty much good in everything else. He's loved. Where did he get that experience running the government? Did he run Mushroom Kingdom at one time? Maybe he did. Joker, who's gonna put everyone in laughing gas. His only issue is that he's loathed by the media. Finally, there's Teddy, who's like just incredible. Like if he was to be revived, he'd be looking pretty good. Might be a great time to remind people Teddy Roosevelt literally wanted to die on the battlefield of World War I. He was down to do it, just they wouldn't let him. So here we have so far what the polls are looking like. We're all starting at 0. We've got Mario in Nevada, which suits him well. Where is Mario from? He better be from New Jersey. He's not from New Jersey. Wow. I did see Shrek was from Florida because of course they got all those swamps. Shrek probably would be running on like a get out of my swamp sort of policy. Gonna build a wall around a swamp. Everyone's setting up headquarters in Iowa. That's because for primaries, I think this is the first state. It's Iowa and New Hampshire. They're both very close. So we have Iowa caucuses, New Hampshire caucuses. It's really confusing the way we do this. Caucuses are like you have to show up physically to actually count your vote. There's South Carolina, Michigan, Super Tuesday, which is like pretty much everything. And then the final presidential primaries. Florida seems to be extremely excited for Shrek. That's a big dub for him. Florida's going to provide him a lot of extra points. Obviously, the voting is going to be mainly due to population. So Texas and California being some big ones. So reviewing over the map, it's really between Teddy and Shrek at the moment, but there's still so many undecided voters and it's still so early, who knows. Dang, Shrek just made it rain here on Texas for whatever reason. Did not know that I could do this here with the map. That's kind of cool. So many headquarters being popped up because of course, you know, the first states they get to vote in the primary. So there's a bunch here in Nevada, Iowa, New Hampshire. Mario spreads their views on illegal immigration enforcement in Nevada. I never thought I'd read that sentence in my life. The Joker and Mario really have a lot of catching up to do if they want to catch the top 2. Oh, maybe that's happening because we have a new, what's that? So that's a swing state now. It's purple. We're halfway through the very first caucus, the Iowa caucus. Oh, all the highlighted states are the Super Tuesday. So yeah, there's a bunch of people that get to vote that day and the rest vote on the final day. So we really are going to have to wait to the very last week to see who's going to win unless like there's some sort of landslide that starts to happen. Here we go. 3 weeks away from the Iowa voting. So that's why everyone's going here. Cash is being rained down. Just because you win Iowa does not mean you're going to win the rest of the states. I just want to say that happens, you know, somewhat often. Person that wins Iowa doesn't always win the whole thing. Right now, Shrek is leading. Oh crap, we've got a bunch of extra swing states that just joined in. Oh, New Hampshire's now become a swing state, and that's only 1 week after Iowa. I'm surprised that, I mean, I guess they still have some time. They don't need to focus too much on Iowa. Look at how many campaign headquarters there are. I'm trying to like imagine the party, the like grassroots support that Joker would have. Like, would they be like Joker's minions, giving people like laughing gas against their will, breaking people out of the asylum? Here we go. We're 1 week away. Things are about to start to get heated. I actually like this way of the primaries for this game. It's exciting because like you don't get to just see where every state is going to vote at the very end. You're going to kind of get hints, but it's going to slowly trickle out. And it's pretty much anyone's game because at least when it comes to the presidential election, like the Pacific states always go blue, the Deep South always goes red. It's a bit more exciting, a lot more exciting actually. So funny enough, the little state of Iowa has a very important role in our presidential elections here in the US. There's 2 million and it looks like Teddy has won. Teddy has won so far, so he gets 40 electoral, well, I don't think they're not electoral votes, just 40 votes in general. But now we have New Hampshire straight away. Joker was briefly campaigned. Oh, everyone's going to New Hampshire because, well, this is the next big one. Teddy did not though. Teddy might be a little bit confident, maybe too confident. Oh, here he goes. Okay, he's gonna make a stop. Then Nevada's coming up in 3 weeks. Now that also went to Teddy. Looked like Mario was playing with some mushrooms in Nevada. Oh, do we have like the outgoing results of each state? Like I want to know how badly Teddy won. Was it even close? We got Shrek down here campaigning and maybe this is Austin. Oh man, look at that state enthusiasm. There's literally little like bubbles that are rolling around depending on, well, whichever state votes first. So first it was in Iowa, then it was New Hampshire, and it's kind of leaking over to the neighboring states. Obviously Nevada leaking over to all the Pacific states. Everyone's out here spending his money. I am Super Mario, and I oppose the expand of Medicare and Medicaid. Okay, thank you for that, Mario. I didn't know you rolled like that. Also, every time you win a caucus, you're getting more and more enthusiasm. Shrek is pulling away out here in Minnesota. Everyone's trying their best now because South Carolina is next. It's funny because so far, I mean, you get more enthusiasm, but these states really don't make that much of a difference. They're still very small. They're not overall contributing that much points. Nevada, Iowa, I mean, even South Carolina. South Carolina is probably the biggest. I mean, it's really Super Tuesday and then the final voting day. And we really have just such a weird system here in the US. Like, I always knew that, but playing this game, it's like, geez, state wealth is also a big deal. You want those wealthy states. Shrek plans to win out, I guess, in Florida. That would catch him up, giving up Super Mario to win, I believe that's Washington. That's his home state, right? He's got to win his home state. We're 1 week away in South Carolina. Joker visiting my birth state of Alabama. I really wish they had debates. I really wish there was a mode to have the debate happen too. We now have Michigan next. Michigan is a big one. Michigan really wants people to address inflation, and Shrek is definitely doing that. Shrek looks like maybe he can do well here. There's like so many campaign headquarters everywhere. It's kind of weird. Someone decided to decrease. Oh, Shrek is decreasing other people's debate strategy in Tennessee. I am the Joker, and I support tough on crime. That is hilarious, Joker. Do you really? I am the Joker, and I support stricter drug policy. Theodore Roosevelt going with the most basic strategy. I am Theodore. I don't like inflation. Yes. Crazy statement there. The last thing that's up is just Super Tuesday. Right now, Shrek is winning in Illinois, Minnesota, South Dakota, and there's a lot of swing states. Also, Connecticut, North Carolina is a swing state. I'm surprised they haven't just dropped out by now. Mario and Joker, that is. They're pulling votes away from the other two. That's the most Theodore Roosevelt thing. I support environmental protection. Wasn't he the one that like did all the national parks? That was his big thing. Like so much stuff on the map. Okay, so pretty much every state has like the 3-week ticking timer because we're going to Super Tuesday. All the states are about to vote. This is really where it matters. Funny enough, Shrek has a lot of enthusiasm in Texas. He's slightly behind Teddy, but only by 2%. He has more people on his side though. Someone's growing tired of Shrek's crappy fundraisers. That's nice. I think Joker's just given up. He's just taking a vacation in Hawaii at this point. Crazy if Shrek doesn't win his home state. You know what? Shrek's actually doing terrible in Florida. Joker's in second. And here we go. We are 1 week out. Money spent so far, it's all around the same. Mario has spent the most money for like the least effect. Top issues: addressing inflation, individual tax cuts, renewable energy. And in a surprise upset, Shrek has won out in California, also Minnesota. He's still a quarter of the way. Technically, Shrek can still win this. He's got 3 weeks before he needs to get everyone else's support because there's so many states still up for grabs, although they are leaning Teddy. Unless there's like a massive, like crazy scandal that happens with Teddy. There's still a lot of undeclared. By winning California, that really changed a lot because California, you know, has so much population and so many votes. It's pretty normal for one candidate to not even win one state, but 2 of them in this primary? That's kind of crazy. This week, aspiring presidential candidate Super Mario hits New Mexico to speak support of individual tax cuts. Also, bids for the endorsement of Build Forward, whatever that means. Building more pipes to the Mushroom Kingdom, possibly, which sounds like drugs, to be honest. We're 1 week out. We've got a lot of swing states still. Of course, Joker's asking for reduced regulation. God knows for what. So is this game going to run the final week like it does the presidential elections where we go to each individual state? Yep, and that's exactly what it's going to do. And we're even going to go to the states that, okay, so we're going to see a lot of, okay, so Shrek won in, he's not doing too bad so far. He's got 3 states under his belt. The problem is if Teddy continues to landslide all these other ones, oh man, you didn't even win Florida. That was your home state, bro. Let's see how much he gets in the Rust Belt, the Midwest. Okay, so he won Illinois. He's not going to win this. Here's a couple more purple states. He didn't win Iowa. We saw that. He won Minnesota, Nebraska, the Dakotas, something. Okay, South Dakota. Oh man, if he won Texas and just California, maybe. I don't know. Teddy does have like 1,000 points. Well, to be honest, no one can complain that this is unrealistic. To be honest, given these 4 options, the world would probably vote, the whole world, yeah, would probably vote for a revived zombie Teddy. I'm thinking he's a zombie. He probably shouldn't be around. He's been dead for over like 100 years. Funny enough, Shrek still did not do that bad though. He always has next time. 4 more years, he might win out. Big thanks to my patrons this month. Kansas was mentioned. King Bear Hayes, John Denver, I can't sleep without Drew's voice. The beautiful Megan, Under Archaeology, a Fat Norwal, Carmel S, Connor Pavlik, Douche Baggins, Frederick Luxembourg, Jack Trim, Tamlin Friend, Kiri No is if you hear this, girl, I love you, the Mexican 760 boy.